show you a little bit of spinning. So I've spun up this little bobbin here. You can see where I was getting tired at the end. It was getting fatter. This is part of a mystery braid of top. I'm not certain where I got it. Maybe a John Arbin? I don't think so though. Anyhow, it was two different, it was a braid, but there were two sort of very different color sections to it. So I split them in half, and this is one half. And I am going to, I do believe, I have, now this is from Wild Atlantic Yarns, and I bought things from her last year. She had a little sale, and I bought some top. And this one is the Falling Autumn Leaves. Isn't that beautiful? They're both merino top. Yes, the Falling Leaves of Autumn is what that is. And then the pumpkin pie. And I think what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to spin this one first with this one. This is my smaller bobbin. So I think, because this is about 50 grams and then that's 100. So I think it'll fit both on, but I think they will be really nice together. And what I'll probably do is I'll chain ply then this bobbin, so it'll kind of keep the colors with each other. I've only really chain ply once before, and I didn't do the most fantastic job, so I'll have to practice, but I would like to keep these colors together, so it'll do like a bit of a color change. Yeah, so that's my what I'm gonna get ready to do. And then let me show you the other end of that bobbin, or I'll show you the other yarn that was part of that mystery braid that I had. So it was very much sort of like an earthy orange and purple. And that is what I've spun up with that. So that's really lovely as well. And I haven't decided what I might pair this with. So I'm just leaving it there on the bobbin with itself till I decide. This is what I spun for, actually I spun this one because Carrie of My Moo Mitten back in May, I think it was having a mitt along where you spin for mittens or mitts. And this is a merino and silk mix from Babel's Yarns. Grace of Babel's Traveling Yarns podcast here on YouTube. And this was when she was still dyeing yarn and dyeing fiber. I got this at Irish Fibre Crafters, and Irish Fibre Crafters still has some of Grace's things left. So if you contact them, they can tell you what they have if you're interested. And so this is just obviously here on by itself as a singles. I'm just a little bit late, Carrie, with finishing my mitt project, but that's fine. Carrie is just, it's always just a relaxed spin along. There aren't, there's no pressure, there's anything. It's just for the joy of spinning together. So yeah, you can see here. So these are the old bobbins that I had when I had a regular spinning wheel, not an e-spinner. And I had an Ashford Kiwi, I think it was an Ashford Kiwi 2. And I had a lot of bobbins because I'd bought some secondhand off of somebody. And when I sold it, I sold bobbins with it, but I had so many bobbins, I actually had 3 of these stored somewhere and didn't realize. So actually they've come in handy because they fit on my e-spinner. And then these are the e-spinner bobbins. I have an Ashford e-spinner. I think it's the e-spinner 3. I've had it for a few years now and I love it. I don't use a regular spinning wheel anymore because it was just too hard on my back. But the e-spinner is brilliant, and you can see that the bobbins that come with it are nice big, very roomy ones. And so I have 3 of those and 3 of the smaller ones, and this is the little Lazy Kate that came with the e-spinner. So super duper handy and great. Sorry about that noise there. Yeah, so really enjoying my spinning lately. Getting into it. I have been asked by a few people to see some of the yarns So I thought I would add in this little section of where, because I belong to several different like yarn clubs, so I get monthly packages, and it just is such a wonderful treat. I love getting a surprise. So this is my package from Life in the Long Grass, and they have a couple different clubs, and they're quite good value. What's this? So, dun, 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 dun. What's that? You bringing me your toy? Yes, I don't want to play with that toy right now. I'm trying to talk to the people. Yeah. So, this is the Life in the Long Grass. This is the, oh, this is not a thing you actually want, Algae Bloom colorway. And I decided that this go around I would get 2. And when you get 2, you get an extra discount. And when you buy direct from Life in the Long Grass, a lot of the colorways, or sorry, a lot of the bases are a very good value. Like a lot of them are around 22 euros, which is amazing if you just buy, when you're buying direct from them. And then there's a discount for getting 2 and etc. But you can choose different yarns or different bases, and the club runs, I'm not sponsored, like I don't get even a discount, I don't, yeah, or anything like that. I'm just telling you because I think they're fun. They have 3 different types of clubs, I think it is. I do the nature colorway one. These colors aren't in the shop, like, so they're kind of exclusive. And you can choose your different bases, and it runs in seasonally 3-month increments, so you join up for the season. So this is the autumn season. And the base I've chosen this time is Moon, which is a fingering weight that is 20% silk and 80% superwash merino. So they're really lovely, really, really lovely. And this colorway, like I said, is Algae Bloom, and it's 365 meters and 100 grams. And I got 2 because it just kind of, I thought it would give me more options on what to make with it. So yeah, that is my October colorway from Life in the Long Grass. And then also what came in was from Dye Candy up in Northern Ireland. I've got my box of the Blanket Club. So her Blanket Club is an Aran weight yarn, and it's just all kinds of mad colors. Like, that's just totally mad. Like, it's just, if you love a riot of colors and you just want to have this crazy blanket or whatever you want to make with it, crazy shawl, and I definitely like that. This is a club for you. And I think it's, can't remember, I think it's £20 a month. And it's quite a popular club. And you actually get 2 colorways. So you get 2 50 grams skeins. And it's a superwash merino Aran. Workhorse Aran. It's 83 meters per 50 grams. So here's one of the 50 gram stick gains. Oh, goodness me. Oh. And fibromyalgia and long COVID is in the house. It's kicking off. Anyway, and here's the other. So you see, like, this is just an example. You just get a riot. And Dye Candy, there's her logo, is brilliant for that. And also doing, cohesive things as well. But this is just like, if you are a color lover and you love, variegation and just like, yeah. If you love just like chaotic riot of color, the Blanket Club is one that you will enjoy. And what I've been doing with some of mine is I've been, crocheting some of them up into granny squares. Oh, you can see our laundry hanging there up above the wood stove drying. So it's quite a, oh, and there is Sheppy and Mimi. That's my wonderful, wonderful, it was a present from Sam of an Irish knitting podcast, because as you know, he's also an artist. He is so talented. He's a great sock designer, or a designer. He's designing, I'm doing his old oak sock at the minute. Oh my goodness, I'm roasting. and it is so much fun. It's a colorwork sock with a pattern. It's a really easy pattern for like if you were first starting your colorwork along the cuff, because it's quite simple. There's not really catching, there's no catching floats. And on the bottom there's an oak leaf on the foot. I was going to do that for Tom last year for his birthday, but then I realized with his sensory sensitivity, color work and stuff on the sole of his foot, he wouldn't like that, so I didn't do that. But I'm doing it for me this year. And he tells you a little bit of the mythology of the oak in the pattern. Now my gimbal is giving out to me. Now this is from a couple weeks ago. Those of you that followed for a long time and followed us when I was on Twitter know about Foxy, or the really special wild fox that used to come around. Now she's no longer probably alive, but these are two different ones, and most certainly her progeny. If they're not her children or grandchildren, they may be her grandchildren. They're fairly young. There are definitely two, and there's one at the end you can see that is missing the very tip of its tail. It's coming up here, so we call that one snip. See, it's got a very prominent missing bit of its tail. So that one is easy to identify, so there are at least two. There definitely could be more. And this is Foxy Grace, the specialist. So friends, that's just a little catch up. I'm a bit behind on putting together my vlogs because, you know yourself, life happens and health goes up and down. But yeah, I'm going to put together some more. Tomorrow, as I just add this little bit in, is the first day of the MCAL for Stephen West Geo Gradient. And I will be casting on, so I will film that, and I will put up a little bit of my thoughts and, you know, that sort of thing by the end of the day tomorrow, October 5th.